Hey guys, so EAFC 25 just came out for those who pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition of the game, and I thought, what better way to start the year than to start making videos, which is something that I enjoy doing, but I haven't been doing lately, and I also want to help people who might be looking to maybe get packs a little faster, try to find better tactics. I'm not a top player myself, but I'm always trying to improve my own gameplay and trying to get better and better to end up with better results. In EAFC 24, I actually managed to get 18 wins in Ultimate in Foot Champs, which is the highest I've ever gotten. I personally believe that's pretty good, and it shows improvement on my part. And I am pretty happy about that, even if it's not as good as a top player that would get 20 wins every weekend. Yes, Foot Champs is different this year, so who knows what it's gonna be like? 15 wins only, and we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But today I wanted to basically just talk about some of the new stuff in this game. The main thing that's new in Ultimate Team, other than the changes to the amount of wins you gotta get in champs and rivals, would be Rush. So Rush is this new mode. I'm assuming a lot of you guys have already seen a lot about it. But in this new mode, basically, you cannot play by yourself, so it's online only. You can either invite up to 3 friends, meaning there's 4 of you. Goalkeeper is always AI, and you go into a match against 4 other players with an AI goalie, and each of you selects a specific player from your club that you want to use, right? So usually you want to try to balance the attackers and the midfielders, defenders, because if you all go attack, then the defending is going to be a little tough. So yeah, and what I found very interesting, so I'm going to show you guys actually right now, is that if you, for example, let's say you want to play with friends, right? So you got to invite your friends, and you can invite up to 3 friends, right? And you see how it's a select event right here. So when you choose select event, right, there's going to be certain events throughout the year, like this one. This is Welcome to Rush. They're available for 20 days. And what it is like, it's very simple. As you can see, it only says you got to use untradeable players, and your player has to be a max 79 overall. That means everyone that you play against is going to be playing with somebody that is under a 79 overall player, as well as the fact that they have to be untradeable, meaning you cannot go onto the transfer market and buy players. Now, I haven't tried it myself, but I think if you buy a player from the transfer market and you start an Evo, then you most likely will be able to use them because those items become untradeable once you put them into the Evo. So just to demonstrate, you go find your teammates, and what's also very interesting and I actually like a lot is that once you have found teammates, right, there is going to be, okay, well, they're disconnected from the match, whatever. But when you find teammates, basically, there's going to be certain bonus conditions. So that could be use a player from the Bundesliga, use a player from the PL, use a player from Argentina, use a player from Colombia. Right? This is just certain ones that I've come across, as well as maybe use a player that has been evoed or a player that is currently in progress for an evo. So when you do those, when you meet those bonus conditions, you gain extra rush points. And basically, rush points, I thought they were going to do a little bit more with it. But at the end of the day, basically, rush points are just for these objectives, right? From what I understand, it's going to be there every week. And as you can see, I've already earned 26,710. I did play some rush matches last night with a couple of friends. We're probably going to play more later today. I'm probably going to stream those for you guys. So, if anybody wants to, tune in and watch it, to see what it's like. If you don't own the game yet, you can see it's actually pretty fun. And I think most of the big YouTubers, they hyped it up a lot, and they were right to do so because it was a lot of fun, very funny, a lot of funny moments. So as you can see, yeah, you just gotta play. The more you play, the more bonus conditions you meet, you earn more rush points. And then when you earn these rush points, they basically translate to you completing these objectives, which translate to basically getting this season points, which is XP, right? It's just XP from last year, from previous years. Now it's just season points. and as well as getting a couple packs. So you see, you get a player pick, you get a pack here, and then here you just get a coin boost as well, which at the beginning at the start of the game, everyone can use, to be honest, right? Later on, these type of packs, this type of coin boosts, they're kind of useless, but at the beginning of the game, they're pretty big. So that's it for Rush for now. But the other thing that I wanted to actually mention to you guys is that this year, I believe they made it a little easier to actually get some really good packs at the beginning of the year. So that's actually the main focus of this video as well. So if you made it this far, which I hope you did, then you're in luck, because I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice and show you how you can get a lot of packs really easily and pretty fast too on day one. Or if it's not today, maybe you didn't pre-order the game, you're waiting for it to come out on Friday, you should be able, next Friday, you should be able to still get the, go ahead and complete these things. They're going to be here for a long time. They're not, most of them are permanently going to be in the game, so they won't disappear by next Friday, so you don't have to worry about that. So, what are these objectives that I'm talking about? They've had these for years now. If you've been playing FIFA or EAFC, you would know that they always have these wins, these, scoring objectives, playmaking for assist mastery, finishing mastery, all these things, right? First owner, everything. Now, the one thing I will say, which is a huge help, they actually reduced the amount of goals required to get the 100K pack, right? Before, it used to be the 500 goals. Now it's only 250 goals. So if you go ahead, load up into a bunch of, beginner difficulty matches and squad battles, score 250 goals, you get a 100K pack on day one, which is, it's pretty easy, honestly pretty fast. If you can average to score about 40 goals per match, you're looking to play maybe 6-7 matches tops, right? If you score a little bit more than 40, you can do it in 6. And as well as, you have this year they don't give packs. They give all these trophies, pitch trophies and all that. But you can do power shot, which gives you a smaller pack. So it gives you a mega pack. If you score 50 power shots, again, extremely easy. Beginner AI goalkeeper is probably not going to save any of your shots unless you're very, very, very close to the point where you just run into the goalie, right? So they have that. And then they have the assist mastery, which also, this one actually gives you more packs. So for 300 assists, you're looking at a 55K pack, so a rare mega pack. And then for 400 assists, you're looking at a 100K pack. So just right there, right, you go into squad battles, get your 400 assists, get your 150 goals, bang, you're looking at 2 100K packs, right, on day one. So obviously, if you don't have the time, there's no rush. You can space it out, get the objectives done. You're still gonna get your packs, but if you really want to get that head start on the opposition, or some other players for rivals or so, maybe you were Elite Division and now you're Division 5, which I thought were supposed to be Division 7. That's what they originally said, but all of us Elite Division players are now Division 5. It sounds like not, it doesn't sound too bad, but that's when you think about the fact that everyone in Division 5 is gonna be basically the Elite Division players. So it's gonna be very, very sweaty, and I'm happy, we get to enjoy higher rank rewards right away, but at the same time, it's gonna be very sweaty. Even if you wait, a week, a lot of the lower ranked players are still not gonna have made their way up to D5. So, I think it's still gonna be a bit difficult. Now, the other objective that I wanted to actually talk about is this league mastery. So I could be wrong. I believe they had this last year, but basically it's just there's six objectives, right? You have to play 10 matches with 4 players from each of these leagues. If you do that, you get a gold packs. Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares about these gold packs. But when you finish those 6, boom, third 100K pack. So that's 3 100K packs. And you could say, hey, that's 60 games, right? That's 60 games. Well, no, that's not 60 games, right? It's 30 games because you can complete 2 at a time because it's 4, so that's 8 players. So that's, you can complete 2 of these at a time. That's 30 games. Now, on top of that, 30 games, rivals would take forever. Nobody wants to play with these players from rivals either. Even squad battles would probably take too long. Now, the trick, which again, I think all of you might know by now, is that because of the fact that you can do this in any Ultimate Team game mode, you can just find one friend, and take turns, right? Or you can, 30, you go 30, then he goes 30, So it's that easy. It's that easy, right? And those take literally less than a minute. You invite him, he's in, load in, score one goal, boom. You go to the next. My personal advice is that if you're doing the squad battles with goals and assists, you might as well play with these. So you can see I'm still doing the goals and assists for squad battles. I'm using it for MLS and for NWSL players, right? That way I get progress towards it. So when my friend gets on probably later tonight or tomorrow, whenever it is, and we start doing the friendlies, maybe I only have to do 20 games, because I have done 10 on squad battles. So I'll do 20 games instead of 30. So then it's shorter amount of time that we have to spend doing these friendlies, playing with these players, right? And I think that's great. It's great. It's very accessible for anybody. And then again, you're getting 3 100K packs on day one from doing these super, super easy objectives that absolutely anybody can do. And again, now they have this rush mastery, right? First year they've ever had this. So this also just gives a bunch of gold packs until you get to, bang, the end. That's a 100K pack. Now, this is exactly what I was talking about with the bonus conditions, right? Complete 500 rush bonuses. That does not mean 500 games. That does not mean 500 wins, nothing like that. That means 500 bonuses. You can get 4 or 5 actually, bonuses per game, right? That means that not only yourself, but your teammates as well are meeting the requirements for these bonuses. Sometimes it's really easy to meet the requirements. Use a PL player, right? Everybody has a PL player. Sometimes it might be hard though, right? Like use a player from Colombia. I remember there was one, use a player from Denmark. Not a lot of people have that. Especially if it's required to be untradeable, you can't go out and buy one, right? So you have to have it first owned. Then it becomes a little complicated. Again, you're not required to complete these bonuses, but they do give you more rush points for the other objectives as well as for this one. So again, it's another 100K pack that you can go ahead and get. And other one that I always do, first thing, super easy, first owned, right? Another 100K pack, right? That is 5 100K packs. Right, 5 100K packs you can get. Now, yes, again, 50 first owned players, 50 games with first owned players. That's a lot of games. You think, oh my God, I'm going to be sitting there forever. But remember what I said before, right? If you're doing the League Mastery with your friend, that's 30 games. If you have them first owned as well, that's 30 games you're knocking out of the 50 games you need for this 50K pack and 100K pack, right? So then you're always making progression. That's what you want to do. You want to aim to make multitask, right? So do make progression for multiple objectives at the same time. Do not make the mistake of thinking you have to complete one specific objective first and then go into the next one. That is the biggest waste of time, and you're going to end up sitting there for hours and days trying to complete some of these objectives when it is absolutely not necessary. Right? So try to multitask. That is honestly the main advice that I have for you in terms of objectives. That's how you're going to honestly get your hands on a lot of these. Like ideally, I would also be doing my squad battles and my friendlies with a silver squad, right? Because if you're lucky enough to have, look at this, if you're lucky enough to have the League Mastery, right? You have the League Mastery, and then you have first owned, and you have them on silver, right? 25 games only, and you get a 50K pack, right? 50K pack for 25 games with a silver squad. Let's say you have them from those specific leagues that you need, and first owner. You play with your friend. You play 30 games with your friend. Boom. You complete this, you complete the leagues, and you get 30 games towards those 50 games for the 100K pack for the first owner objective, right? And again, it's 50 games for that, right? So let's say you complete the leagues, boom, you get this bronze. It's another 50k pack, right? If you wanna, your friend and you aren't bored yet and you wanna keep going, you can absolutely. You can keep going. First owner bronze squad, boom, you finish the first own and you get this 50k pack from the bronze. So that those are the objectives this year that I think are very, very easy to do, right? Some of them might be more time consuming than others, but you can absolutely get all of these done on day 1, day 2, day 3, and you have all these packs to open or save if you want to wait for a promo. Of course, if you're smarter than most of us, you'll save it. I'm not that smart. I'm gonna open my packs. I want the players now. I want to just try new players and have fun, right? But yeah, so those are some really easy, things like Stadium Mastery we don't care about. This is just cosmetics. And as you can see, they have this like Liga F player, which to be honest, it's not that great. Maybe at this point in the game, some of you might find it useful, but even at this point in the game, I'd rather use some other players. So yeah, and they also, just to cover everything, I guess they released a flashback Alaba, but you have to complete the SBC first, then play one match, or you can play the match whenever, complete the SBC, boom, you get the flashback Alaba. Only problem, as good as the card is, you can play center mid and CDM as well as left back. Card looks great, card looks fantastic, but at this point in the game, they want us to do an 86 and an 87 rated squads. Yes, they're cheap. Absolutely, they're very cheap. But unless you're, a trader or you've been opening a lot of packs and quick selling or getting lucky with some other players, you're not gonna have the funds or the fodder to complete these SBCs, right? So I don't know. I think in that aspect they're really missed. But I think this SBCs amazing. So we've actually had a Danjuma on week 1 of FIFA or EAFC before. So we've had a Danjuma. That one was a Moments Danjuma that we had when he was at Villarreal. So this one is at Girona because that's where he's at now. And look, 85 and 84. Yes, it's true. Most people are still not gonna have these players. But if you go check the price, this whole SBC comes out around 40k right now. Yeah, a lot of people maybe don't have 40k, but it's really not that hard to get 40k, especially if you already have the game, if you got the Ultimate Edition. And I think this card, look, let's go ahead, let's look at the card. 4-star, 4-star, he's 5'10", 80s all around on the attack, 76 physicality is great. He can play left mid, striker, La Liga, and Dutch links, which are also great. Yes, obviously at this point in the game, most players don't have playstyle pluses. We don't worry about that right now, right? He has rapid, which is good. He has first touch, which is good. And he's got power shot. Better to have him than not, even if most people don't use it, right? And he actually had winger plus and poacher plus and advanced forward plus, which honestly, I've been hearing good things about these roles. I haven't really been able to experience it myself yet with my team. I haven't really been able to tell who's really good at a specific thing based on their roles. But I've been hearing that honestly these do help in some ways. Mostly I think it's AI movement, so when you're not actually controlling the player. So yeah, so in terms of that, I think they did good. And last but not least, I would say the other thing they did that was pretty good was that they released every year they have the Hybrid Nations, League of Nations Hybrid, and the leagues, so hybrid leagues, so leagues hybrid, right? Don't go out and start buying players with your coins to do that, right? If you need 1 or 2 players to complete one of the portions, yeah, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and buy those 2 players. If they're cheap, go ahead and do it. You're good to go. I just wouldn't recommend you going and buying the entire squad and using all of your coins. That's not what you want to do. But yeah, these are always helpful. I remember one year I actually packed Essien. I think it was the year Essien was first introduced into FIFA. I packed him out of these. It was out of a 50k pack. So definitely, you can get extremely lucky. Actually, I packed from a tradable pack. I forgot I think it was the Moments. If you do, if you play moments, which is another thing that I forgot to explain, you can do moments, get 60 stars, get a 50k pack, boom. I opened that. That's tradable. Got Saliba, right? Saliba on day one. He's only 150k. Price range is gonna go up. Is gonna go higher. He's gonna be very expensive. Probably if not the best, second best after Van Dijk in terms of center backs at this point in the game for gold center backs. So I think it's gonna be great. He's gonna be great. I already basically guarantees me a lot of coins already, and I did that for moments, right? So actually, I would say go ahead and do your moments as well. And yeah, complete these SBCs. I'm still doing this. I'm just a little lazy. I finished the other two. They're easier in my opinion, just because these are like a lot of thinking. And the other ones you can just do a full league squad or a full, nation squad. So it makes it really easy. But yeah, go ahead. 55k packs are great as well. So that's basically, honestly, is most of what I wanted to cover with you guys. I probably will be streaming later. So if you guys, want to join that, we're going to have a lot of fun playing Rush, probably playing some Call of Rivals. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy the video and it helped you out in some way. And yeah, I'm going to be posting more videos like these, probably some more gameplay, and we're going to try to stream more as well, probably clubs, maybe make another video about the whole new club section they've added. They've added a lot in clubs, so it's very, very different. And I think it's going to look great. So if you have friends that like playing FIFA, want to play clubs, I think this might honestly be the year to do it. But yeah, it was great. It was great. Making this video was great. I hope I can make a lot more like these. And I hope you guys keep, start watching these videos and keep watching these videos. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Bye.